Today, we're going to discuss the new rules that take effect this month, January 31st, regarding electrical portion of your home inspection. There's been a lot of discussion and there's a lot of information and unfortunately a lot of misinformation out there. And I'm here today to discuss the actual rules, what the real guidelines are, what the real limitations are, so that consumers and real estate agents alike can know what the real deal is. Basically, here's the deal. According to the new rules, home inspectors will no longer be allowed to open the electric service panel cover. That means remove the cover to look at the wiring inside the panel, nor will we be allowed to reinstall the cover to the electrical service panel. Also, the use of any test equipment is now prohibited. That means the little tester that you plug into outlets to see if they're wired correctly, if there's even power there, if they're grounded, if they're GFI protected, etc. We cannot use those testers. Also, the non-contact tester that many of you have seen us use, where we're going to test to see if frayed or exposed wires or knob and tube wiring is energized or not, also prohibited. So this is a big limitation. Now, there are still lots of things for your home inspector to look at, such as condition of wiring, open air electrical junctions, what type of wiring is in the house. There are ways to still determine if a panel maybe is overloaded without taking the cover off the panel, which certainly we will do. But visual inspection only to areas that are readily visible with no test equipment is a huge limitation, even though your home inspector may comment on electrical. You hire an electrician to do a comprehensive inspection of the electrical because the new limitation really hamstrings your home inspector from accurately determining the condition of your electrical system and obviously finding things that are fire or safety risks to your family. A lot of things that are not out there that consumers really need to know. Number one, when you hire an electrician to perform an inspection, they don't have any of the rules in place that home inspectors have to protect the consumer. For example, they are not required to have errors and omissions insurance. Most electrical contractors don't have this. So if they do an inspection and miss something, you may not be covered as a consumer to get taken care of should there be a missed issue in your inspection that's done by an electrician. Also, there is no provision in place to prevent a conflict of interest. In other words, a home inspector that might also do construction or pest control, for example, is prohibited from working on the house that they do an inspection on. And this is to protect the customer from a conflict of interest, so we don't find things or make extra recommendations to get jobs on the other end of it. Electricians have no such provision, so you've got to be cautious that your electrician is acting above board and actually making recommendations of things that need to be done, not trying to suggest things that will create work on the other end of the transaction for them. There are home inspectors out there that are saying, well, we'll still open the panel or we'll still use the plug checker. I don't care what they say. I'm still going to do what's best by my customer. What you don't understand is, if your home inspector is doing this and doing you a favor, if there's an item that they miss, then their insurance probably won't cover it because now we're operating against the law. So this is also something that your home inspector can't just go cowboy on and try to help you out. Another issue that home inspectors don't generally have that electricians do have is time. Our schedule is based upon everybody doing a home inspection, generally speaking, within 10 business days, which is your standard real estate contract. Electrical contractors, just like any contractor, and when I did construction years ago, I wanted to be booked out as far as possible to have job security. I feel they're going to be doing the same thing, so it might be tough to get somebody in there within your window and then provide a report in a timely manner for you. So make sure that this is something that you can do. Now, some of the misinformation and the unusual stuff that's out there is home inspectors are saying what they can and what they can't do. This is something that I've heard from a couple of different home inspectors. They're recommending that the homeowner take the cover off the electric service panel so that the home inspector can see it and look at it during the home inspection so that we can evaluate what's inside the panel visually. While it is true that if the cover's off the panel when I arrive at the house and I can see in the panel, I can evaluate what's in there, what's also true is asking somebody who is unqualified to take the cover off of a service panel is in fact dangerous. Home inspectors are licensed, trained, and qualified to do so. Unfortunately, this new law just blocks us from doing that. So it would be totally irresponsible for me to ask a real estate agent or a homeowner to take the cover off the panel so that I could do my job. What if somebody gets hurt? That's super dangerous. Leaving the cover off the panel for a few hours or a couple of days at a time also dangerous. The panel's got a cover that's closed for a lot of safety reasons, and leaving it open is just irresponsible. So I could never endorse doing that. Basically, what's going to happen in the future is you're going to have your home inspection, and if you'd like a more comprehensive inspection where test equipment is used and the service panel cover is removed to really check out everything, you're just going to have to call a separate electrician and hire them to do that. I've talked to about 5 electricians that are willing to do these. I've talked to about 25 electricians who are not interested in doing this type of work at all for several reasons. And you can look to pay no less than probably $250, maybe up to about $500 or more if it's a bigger property. Hopefully the state will come to their senses and put it back to how it was, where electricians aren't trying to take the work from home inspectors, and home inspectors can just do their job the way that every other state in America has it.